Hey, folks. I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for joining. How's everybody's weekend going? Golden. Hey, buddy. Okay, so what's going on? What symbols are you looking at? What are you interested in this coming week? Or what are you holding? You want me to talk about a couple of charts? I'm here for you. Whatever you guys need. I'm just perusing the futures here. Not much happening. The Nasdaq is oddly outperforming the rest of the market. CHH, I don't have. What do you think? Okay, we'll take a look at it, buddy. You got it. Choice Hotels. Very strong. It's on a monthly base, a bit extended. You can see it backed off the highs of the month. It was flirting with that third standard deviation Bollinger Band. Didn't quite tap it, but close enough. Weekly view. We broke out last week. Very nice. The weekly chart looks good. So it's clear that the path of least resistance at current monthly, weekly view is clearly in an uptrend. Hey, Terrence, how you doing, brother? Terrence, you have any symbols you want me to go over? Any questions at all? Hopefully everything's good with you. Okay, so what's happening here, Colton, is that uh, you're seeing the reaction to the shares becoming a bit extended, reflected more so on a daily view. It's magnified. We rallied up and into that third standard deviation Bollinger Band. So this is one where we'll probably get a continuation move lower here. A better risk reward entry point. We're losing a bit of momentum on a daily basis. I think that the support level where I would want to get involved, where are you, from a good risk reward perspective, would be right about here at $98 a share. Because that would be a filling of the gap. This may hold at 98, 96. But when you have a stock that's hit that third standard deviation Bollinger Band, usually you get a magnified pullback. So while it's an interesting entry point and it may just hold, The real sexy one is right here. A filling of the gap. And if that doesn't hold, we're coming down here for an extreme pullback, 95, 91. That would be a really great entry point down at that level. But just watch your Stokes here. Watch if they're breaking down and losing momentum. And as you know, once they go down, if they go down below 50, they will at some point in time. But if they go down below 50, you want to avoid. Don't chase any rallies here. I wouldn't chase a rally on this one right now anyway. Too much resistance above at current. Let this sort itself out. We don't need to get involved with it right now. Let the shares come down to you, and then you can look to enter the trade. But overall, it's a nice stock. It's just a matter of timing. The entry point is all. Bitcoin? Okay. And Colin, if you have any other symbols, let me know, brother, and we'll take a look at them. Bitcoin. Okay. So, I did some analysis over the weekend of correlations, and I don't have it all done up yet. I'm creating an annotated chart showing correlations of Bitcoin against what normally moves up higher along with Bitcoin, and the answer is inflation. And the inflation numbers, while the Federal Reserve is denying them, the inflation chart, the Pringles Inflation Index, which measures commodity prices, is moving up higher. So when you overlay that chart with Bitcoin, they trade in tandem. So that's why I was so interested with getting long of Bitcoin, but I wanted to show a little bit of discipline in the entry point. We gap down. Oh, yeah, right. So here, so this makes sense, right? We've just opened up. I was watching this chart over the weekend. It's not live until now. So the futures market open. So it's gapped down, but we're still profitable on the trade because it rallied off the lows of the week. And I was looking for a pullback. Let's go to a 4-hour chart. Oh, this is a 4-hour chart. Looking for a pullback and a retest of support. And it was close enough for me. So I decided, you know what? Buy it. And that's what we got long of Bitcoin. So let's take a look at it from a weekly view. And we haven't quite touched weekly support. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But here's the RSI that we're watching. It's holding despite the pullback. And I would really get more interested on a rally up and through. What was the high here? 79.65. Because once we clear that level, we're coming up here to 87.05. So a pretty big move to the upside for Bitcoin. You only have the ability to purchase futures for Bitcoin? Okay. What is there a particular reason for that, or I don't want to be nosy, but I think that right now is a fairly good place. If you want to be ultra conservative, wait for a pullback to the support level. But that's down in the high sixes. I don't know if we're going to get that. Maybe we will, for all I know. But I think from a risk-reward perspective, I'm liking the setup here because we broke out here. This is a 4-hour chart. And I was going to buy it. But I knew up here there was resistance. We had broken down below it back here. And I said, no way. On a daily chart, I wasn't gonna buy into a resistance level. And I'm glad that we didn't. And it may go down lower here. If we hit 70.48, that's a good spot to enter. What's the low here? Yeah, I got it at 70.79. This isn't even reflecting the lows of the weekend. We were lower. And in fact, let's bring up, this is the chart I was using. So you can see, yeah, I need to put this in annotation. For whatever reason, it doesn't save my annotations unless I go into edit mode. Okay, so we broke out back here. Then we pulled back, did a retest, and now we're inching up a bit higher. Now, what I didn't want to do, let's see if this allows me to save it this time. Here was the daily chart. On Thursday, I was looking at, was it Friday? I think it was Friday. This is not the chart I wanted. Oh, it is the chart I wanted. It is the chart. All right, so here's where I was looking at it on the 13th. And I said I would be buying at a resistance level. No way, I'm not doing it. Sure enough, hammered. So I like the setup here. If you want to be ultra conservative, wait for it to rally and close back above 73.53. Or you could buy it now. Maybe we'll come back down to the mid-60s. I'm not sure about that. I would have to stop out in advance of that, though, because that would be too much of a hit. I would have to, if we break down below the support level, I'd have to get out. And here's the big setup that we're looking at. Ever-tightening wedge formation. We're beginning to put in higher lows within that formation. And again, once we start breaking out to new higher highs, I think that we rally up to the high 8,000s. And once we break out above that level, we're going a lot higher here. So as with everything else, increments. No breakout yet on RSI daily basis. We're still having under some pressure. But I think that it's in a sweet spot between where we're trading at current and the high 6,000s. That's where you want to enter a position on a pullback. Add on strength on a rally up above this resistance level here at 7,900, and then of course up here. That's a massive breakout. But we want to see it close above that level. And at current, that level is at around 88.17. A close above that level, we're going a lot higher. Got you. Oh, okay. I got you. You traded. Got you. Now I understand. How far out? It for a trade. For a short-term trade, I think that we could see a pop here, maybe 30 days. I'm not all that familiar with futures and time decay and whatnot, so I don't want to pretend that I do. I think that we could see a short-term pop here, but I would sell that rally if you're selling like an option or futures. If you're buying it, I'm so used to selling. If you're buying futures or options, if you're looking to trade futures longer term, I think the safer bet would be to wait for a big breakout and to close above this resistance level, and then I would go out about a year. And I would give myself a lot of upside potential, a lot of room to rally, because once we break out above this upper band of resistance, we're going a lot higher. Right now, it's in a trading range, so it's going to be backing and filling. You know, some days good, some days bad. But once we break out above this resistance level, we're going a lot higher. So I would think going out about a year. Short term, though, I would think, you know, on this breakout above a 4-hour, well, this is a daily breakout. We're pulling back, doing a retest. If, in fact, we hold it, if you're doing futures, I would wait for a pullback to this support level here at, let's call it 70.50 to high 6,000s. Enter there. Watch for a rally off of that support level. Go out a month, 2 months. Give yourself some room to allow the shares to run. And I would book those profits quickly. really grab those profits because we're still in a consolidation and those profits could evaporate very, very quickly. I don't want to see that happen to you. Yeah, I've never traded a futures contract in my life. Any other symbols out there? Anybody wants me to review? We have about 9 people on right now, which is great. That's great to see. Folks, I'm here for you guys. If you want me to go over some charts that you're looking at, you want clarification of positions that we're in, what we're doing, strategy, I'm open to it. And it's your time. I'm here for you. I love doing it. And we're weakening up here, Terrence. I think we could easily break to a new session low. We're a bit oversold here on RSI. SSTK? Okay. How are most on here buying Bitcoin? Terrence just asked a question. If those of you who are out there own Bitcoin or are planning on buying Bitcoin, is it through futures contracts or are you buying Bitcoin itself? And my son taught me a lesson yesterday. If you're going to buy Bitcoin, don't buy it on Coinbase. Use Robinhood. Commission free. I paid a commission on Coinbase. I'm kicking myself, and it's a big commission too. Hey, Barun. Yeah, John, I use Coinbase as well. But apparently on Robinhood, you can get Bitcoin commission free. My son was telling me about it. Yeah, right? Good to know. And you don't pay a commission, right, Barun? Okay. Shutterstock. I didn't even know that they were even publicly traded. There's a lot of competition out there. I was holding PH and saw a filled candlestick at the top. I'll take a look at it. Hey, Bonnie. I don't know. Probably. I would think so. No commissions confirmed on Robin. All right. Well, that's where I'm going next. No doubt about it. I think I paid, it was ridiculous, like $63 for commission on that. I was so ticked. All right, let's use TrendSpider here, SSTK. I'm going to research whether or not I can transfer those Bitcoins over to Robinhood and avoid the commission. I'm sure they'll hit me with some fee for leaving them. All right, let's go monthly first. Nice. Very, very nice here. We've broken out on a monthly basis. We did so back here in October. Big topping tail last month. We have a topping tail this month as well. Zoom in here a bit. Breakout on RSI. Stokes are hooking up. So we have some negatives here, but with those negatives come positives. So a lot of overhead supply up here. as reflected on the topping tails. So these sellers here, they were looking to get made whole. They don't want to make money. They just want their money back. Weekly chart. So an inside week last week, no new high, no new low. I'm going to overlay. Here's the monthly breakout in dashed line. Now we do have some support here. That may hold on a pullback. But the real sexy spot to enter here would be a retest of the breakout point on a monthly basis. That would be fantastic. So this is a monthly chart we're using here, so we'll keep it active, a monthly support levels. We'll keep it active for a while. I'm going to pop this in for you if you want to keep it. Let's go to a daily chart. Here's that support level. You bet, Colton. You can see we have support here. Okay. So for a swing trade, if we break out above resistance here, look for a rally up to probably $45 per share. But ideally, this is where you want to get involved. That would be a great entry point. Let's who else do I have to go over? Spiders for Barun, okay. Bonnie, did you have anything that you want me to take a look at? This is the key support level to watch at current on the spiders. That would be, what was the low of the week? Low 307.13. Let's call it 305. Give a little bit of room. If we break that level, we're coming down here to around 298, 299. But it looks as though they're going to take it higher. Yeah. So what they did last week was we broke out here the 25th, retested not one support level, but two the week of the 2nd. Last week, they did another retest and we're bouncing off it. In all probability, we're going up higher here. There you go. John, PH. Okay. Parker Hannifin, right? I think I have it up here still. Yep, I do. Looks good. So your concern is about a filled candlestick? Okay, we'll take a look at it. That was on a daily basis? Filled candlestick at the top. Oh, you sold out. Good. Oh, you saw it went higher. All right. That stinks. I know that feeling. When do you hold a filled candlestick that isn't at the... So you sold it due to the fact you saw a filled candlestick? I'm used to stockcharts.com when it comes down to filled candlestick. Not so much TrendSpider yet. Oh, I see what you did. All right, yeah. All right. So your question is, when do you hold? You know, it's such a reliable indicator of a short-term top that I can't criticize you. I can't criticize you for what you did. Um, I don't think it's necessarily that that where you could have done things different is sold half a position, lighten up, take some of those profits that you made, make them real, put them in your brokerage account, just in case something like this happens. But honestly, John, I think that you're going to be buying back Parker Hannifin a lot lower from here because yeah, we rallied up 2 more days, and I'm making this assumption that this is when you sold on the 10th. Is that accurate? Silver, you got it, Bonnie. I'm going to make the assumption that you got out here on the 10th. I think we're going lower. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Don't beat yourself up. It's going lower. So the question is, where is it going? You want to buy back in, John? And yeah, and rightly so. Yeah, absolutely. You didn't make a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. So what? You didn't get out at the top. That's your crime, right? That's not a crime. You know, you did the right thing. You saw the market sent you a signal. You acknowledged that. You weren't greedy, and you rewarded yourself by booking a profit. Pat yourself on the back. Now you're in a position to sit back in the catbird seat, allow the shares to come to you, and then you could re-enter on your own terms, because you'll be looking back in the next several days saying, thank God I got out when I did, and you'll forget about these 2 up days where you could have booked profits a little bit higher. So let's talk about a re-entry point. We'll overlay the weeklies here too. Not much going on. We'll throw up the monthly overlays. Boom. There you have it. I'll send this over to you, John. What happened to you? PH. Why did my trend line support levels change? All right, we're going to go to a monthly chart. There we go. That's what happened. All right, let's go back to the daily. There was a glitch. A glitch. All right, overlay the monthly again. Okay, cool. I think TrendSpider is having a bit of technical difficulties this evening. All right, so while I'm waiting for that box to pop up here, the 202 level looks like pretty good support. I don't think it's going to hold. I think that we're going to overshoot to the downside. So let's mess around here a bit more. So we have an upper band of support. It's let me set up an alert here. I'm confused. Strange. All right, so I want to see if it touches, bounces. There's support level number 1. Let's see if I can get this to work here. It's not letting me do it. Huh. Is Jake from TrendSpider out there by chance? Or Dan? All right. Here, I'm going to send this over to you. I'll do a monthly chart as well. Let's see whether or not it's going to let me annotate that. That's the daily support level we're looking at. Yeah, there's a glitch here. Okay. And here is the monthly support level that we're looking for. I think it's going to hit that support level easily. Easily. Actually, monthly. And the beautiful part about it coming down and hitting this support level here, you just put your stop loss right below and you get out. And that is the monthly view. Bonnie wants silver, and we will do silver. We good with that, John? Silver. Go with the iShares. You bet. Okay. All right. So silver typically lags gold. So don't be disappointed if gold is rallying and silver is not. Typically during a cycle, a bull market cycle, silver will initially underperform gold and then in the end outperforms gold. So I wouldn't worry too much at current. The fact that if gold breaks out further, silver does not. It's still this is a weekly chart. We're still consolidating here. A lot of resistance. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go to so I could share the chart. Actually, I could share the chart here as well. I just remembered it. So silver, you got to be very careful with given the volatility. The best risk-reward place to buy silver at current using the SLV is a close above $16 per share. Because what that'll do, it'll have you above this resistance level. You can see by all these topping tails here. Those are all sellers, right? Buyers back here, buyers back here. They just want their money back. They're not looking to make a profit. It's been sitting as a red entry on their trading platform. Huge volatility. Stock market ripping through the ceiling. They have FOMO, the fear of missing out. They want to go buy stocks, and they just want their money back. The minute that thing's turned green, that silver trade they were in, they're selling. So that's the psychology, and that's okay. So we just need to acknowledge it. Now, where would I be a buyer here? I would be a buyer on a retest of 15 of the SLV. That would be good. We still have some consolidating to do here. We could see that again. Or on a rally up and above $16 per share. And if you wanted to get a little bit aggressive, if we continue to trade sideways here and we break out above this upper band of resistance, you want to nibble a little bit, you want to scratch the itch, that's okay. But I wouldn't get aggressive until we closed above $16 per share. We want to see that close. That's critical because if we get that, we're going up to $16.50 and $17 per share like that. Kevin, I have a conflict of interest with ride shares, so I can't go over Lyft or Uber. So I apologize. I can't do that. Sorry about that. Bonnie, let me know if this opens up for you. Okay. It's not letting me share it. Why? All right. Let's go over to TrendSpider. Okay. Okay. So I just recreated the chart in a different way. Okay, cool. So I would do this. I would create an alert. And we'll keep this active for a while. So the ideal support, the ideal entry point here would be a pullback to support at 1538. You could open a position on a breakout above this upper band of resistance, but ideally we close above 1612. That's when it really gets sexy. And then ultimately, when you pull back to a monthly view, so let me share this with you, and I'll come back here. Snapshot. Okay. If we rally up and through $18 per share, that's when it's going to be really game on for silver, and you get very aggressively long of it. But that's not going to happen for a while. On the SLV. Let's see what else I have here. Santiago, hey, how you doing, brother? Why banks don't have cash money? Bad loans. Bad loans. Remember, these banks never, they never recovered. The financial crisis never ended. It never ended. It was just financed to be prolonged. The outcome, the ultimate outcome, has just been delayed. That's simply it. These banks, they don't have the capital, and it's obvious now with the Federal Reserve injecting money. They haven't been able to make money on loans because interest rates have been so negative. Their business models have been under siege. So the only reason why these banks are breaking out now is because for the major money center banks, you have Congress, which repealed some of Dodd-Frank, and so they're now able to place riskier bets with depositor money again. And the Federal Reserve is bailing them out. That's why the stock prices are moving up higher. So it's not going to end well. It's just not going to end well. Anything else out there, folks? All right, with that, I will say good night to everybody. Everybody have a profitable trading week. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or leave a comment in the forum, and I'll say good night to you, Everybody have a great night. Again, thanks for joining with me tonight on a Sunday evening. Be well.